Hey y'all, come on in, come on in. Uh, come on into the live. Happy New Year. I know it's been a minute, and I've been supposed to come talk to y'all, holler at y'all, hit the like button and share y'all. I'm trying to get y'all some time to get in, and I need to tell the people I'm on here. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Come on in and like it and share it. We about to get into this. Come and let this be an interactive conversation. Please feel free to leave a bunch of comments. Let's just talk. It's been a while. I've not been able to really keep up, with the podcast. Unfortunately, I have had a lot of things going on in my life, both personally and professionally, and it's just been a lot. But Happy New Year again. And I want y'all to come on in, hit the thumbs up button, and share it. I really hope, this can be a really good, respectful conversation. I was actually supposed to go live like a month ago, but you know what? Life just been life in y'all. I'm sure, y'all know how that feel. And, it's just been life and been doing I have been extremely busy. I'm trying to post the link of my actual channel on the thing. So let me hold on, y'all. I'm trying to figure this out. Just please give me some patience. I don't want y'all to get frustrated with me and jump off. Why don't y'all help me get people in the building right now? Man on a like help people. Crash. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me do this. How do I do this? I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all can see it's been a minute since I have done anything. Especially it's been a minute. I'm trying to. How do I share the live? Anyway, y'all gonna have to go find me, um, because I'm having a hard time. Hold on, let me see. Maybe this is it. I'm just trying to. Okay, all right. Just a second. Maybe this is it. I'm just trying to. Okay, all right. Sorry. Just a second. How do I do it? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to. Okay, all right. Sorry. Just a second. I'm sorry, y'all. Just trying to. Okay, all right. Sorry. Just a second. Okay. I'm sorry. Anyway, just I don't know how to do this. Okay, here we go. Finally, thank you all for your patience. Okay, hold on. I think I got it. And I'm about to start talking, y'all. Please give me patience, y'all. Yeah, share this live. Come on in. Let's be respectful. Let's talk. I miss y'all. I miss the community. I see some of y'all sometime, and y'all like, man, we gonna start the podcast back up, and and all of this stuff. But yeah, why don't y'all comment? Where you at? Like, what city and state are you in, or what country are you in? Because I know there's people that subscribe to my channel outside of the U.S. So yeah, why don't y'all talk to me real quick? What part of the world are you in? City, state, tell me what you're excited about, if anything, here in 2025. Lots of changes, lots going on. But yeah, y'all come on in, hit like and share. Okay, let's just get to it. So recently, I've been seeing people post over the last couple of days about um some of the rap icons like Ice Cube and Nelly, and I believe now Soldier Boy, somebody else. But just real quick, right? So I don't know if y'all remember, because I don't really know like how old or young, people are, who watching this. But I remember a time when Donald Trump was actually in a lot of music. He was in a lot of rap music. And the thing of it is that, like, yes, is Trump, problematic, anti-black, all the things? Yes, without saying, right? We all agree to that. The problem I'm having is that's also true for Biden. Um, Remember, Biden is the one that has over a 50 plus year record that we can all look at, um, in terms of him being involved in government and being in elective office. Um, Probably the majority of his life at this point. You know what I mean? He's been around since the 70s. And not only that, he not just voted for the crime bill, among other things, he also voted on the terrible, or voted in favor of Clinton's terrible compromise with Newt Gingrich at that time that really gutted the social contract safety net, in terms of people receiving public benefits, people who live in poverty and need some extra help, which are mainly women. And we're honest, mainly women of color, but Black women specifically lost access. And we knew it would be, detrimental, you know what I mean, to our communities. And I think we see, sort of the ramifications of that. And then just tons of other, like, just anti-Black, like, racist, like, it was Joe Biden that hung out with literal, actual Ku Klux Klansmen, including actually doing the eulogy as Strom Thurmond for one. Like, he did the eulogy, and so, like, I'm looking at people's posts and all, Snoop is canceled. And what other community do you see do that? This is not a defense of Trump or any of these people, because we all know that when it comes to Black people, whether they left, right, or in between, they agree when it comes to Black people. Now, that's just the observable material fact. It is what it is. However, and it's like, we're pretty clear, right, on Trump. Well, maybe not clear, but we have been victims of the now, I guess, 8 or 10 years of just propaganda that really leverages Trump's anti-Blackness, among other things. Here's my question for those who are upset and complaining and canceling. Should I'm trying to understand y'all politically, right? Because I want to talk about political maturity. So, is it your suggestion? Again, this is a question for are y'all commenting? Like, can y'all hear me? I don't see no comments. I asked y'all to put y'all. I'm hoping y'all hear me. I asked y'all to put like comment. Can you hear me? Say something. This is supposed to be interactive. Anyway, um, where was I at? Oh, yeah, Trump, right? Or just, yeah, government. And so are we supposed to sit on our hands as Black people, as a Black community? Like, are we supposed to just sit on our hands and not engage the person that has power right now because they are a Republican? Am I understanding that? I'm just trying to understand, because I mean, I didn't see all this when Obama was cheesing it up and, high fiving and, all that at Carter's funeral. Why y'all ain't cancel Obama? What is this about? I'm serious. I just really want to know. It's not politically mature. It's not politically savvy. There's nothing that's savvy about that approach. I mean, if this man is going to be in office, the highest office in the land, for 4 years, I know damn well it can't be our strategy just to sit back and wait until a Democrat is elected. I try so hard not to be frustrated with my people, because I understand that we have been terribly, terribly, terribly miseducated. And not just even Black people when it comes to this, but like, we are heavily propagandized as a citizenry just in the US. Heavily. And I just think people don't really understand, like, the depth of that. You know what I mean? I feel like social media has put that on display since the invention of social media, just how, yeah. Because I'm not of the mindset that, when somebody's in political office, then there's clearly things that needs to happen to change, right? To actually improve the material conditions of Black people, of our group, right? That's my focus. That's gonna always be my focus. I'm gonna center, Black people and our well-being and our interests. That's like common sense. That's normal. That's what every other group does. We put literally all of our egg, again, politically speaking, we put all of our eggs in one basket. And I just want somebody to like comment and tell me like how has that like what's the results of that strategy for people that are listening? What's going on?
I can't find it. You said Real Talk was yours, yeah?
Uh-huh. It's on my Facebook page. I comment. I'm sorry, y'all. It's Real Talk with ZSJ. That's my husband, y'all. He can get on my nerves sometimes. Um, I'm sorry, y'all. Just see, that's why I ain't been live in a while. It says the results are a big nothing burger. Exactly. And then somebody else, thank y'all for engaging me. I really appreciate y'all. I missed y'all too. Miseducated and propagandized. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, canceling. Snoop don't know who you are. The fuck? Like, they don't care. I mean, just go back and look at the demographics, right? Like every community plays both sides because that is politically advantageous for their community, right? Like, so you look at the candidate over here, okay, let me see if I can go in there and sift out some things that could also help black people, right? Like, like that's called analysis, right? Like, I mean, I think about if that's the strategy, then what are black people doing in states where the Republicans control the entire state elected, statewide offices elected, where the entire state is Republican? What are we doing there? We just not engaging at all and just like looking around and our communities are not benefiting. Like, where did y'all get that from? And I'm like, I want to know, like, I actually basically want to hear from the people who want to cancel rappers for performing at Trump's inauguration. I would love to hear the analysis of that because I'm trying to be respectful, but my reading of it is that he's so bad that we shouldn't be caught nowhere near him or doing anything with him. Why then don't y'all feel the same way about Biden? I'm serious. Even above and beyond black people and black people too. Like I'm sure that there's African people who've lost their lives with the current, now ceasefire um, among our Palestinian brothers and sisters. Like, dude, literally, him and Kamala Harris and his entire administration have given billions and we're literally living during a historical period. I don't think people really understand how significant, especially global affairs, and world affairs, like how significant a time that we're currently living in. We're literally experiencing, watching yet another genocide of humans because of what? I just think we got to get better. I think that it is time for us to, again, mature in a lot of ways, but especially politically. It has never been a winning strategy or a strategy that has produced results of increasing, right, and improving the actual material conditions for black people in this country. In fact, it's worsened over the years. So how do we explain that? Again, this is under both Democrat and Republican, uh, politicians, literally up and down the entire apparatus from local elections all the way to federal elections. I would love to hear, just in terms of where are you? If you're watching this right now, like, so where are you politically? Like, what is your like outlook 2025 and beyond, right? Like, what are you all thinking? I would just love, like I said, I would love for this to be an interactive conversation. But for folks who are just joining, I wanted to give an update right quick about why I haven't been around and haven't been able to really fully dedicate, to being consistent with the show. As you all remember, the podcast, I did it weekly and it was like on Thursdays or Wednesdays, but it was weekly. But one of the things that I found out is that it actually does require a significant amount of time. Like you got to come up, like it just requires amount of time to really give you all a good product, you know what I mean, that's like steeped in, research facts, but also, all kinds of just, quantifiable, um, yeah, truth for Black people, because I hope we can all agree that, the mainstream, quote unquote, media is certainly not to be trusted. Okay. If you still trust mainstream media, then yeah, we not on the same page at all. Um, so yeah, that's my question to y'all. Like, y'all don't think we should? I mean, in terms of Black people, we should not engage Trump's administration. He gonna be making laws. He gonna be doing all kind of shit. Absolutely, we should have people at the table. Again, looking out for our best interests. He there, like, okay, he won. So now let's pivot and do what needs to be done to improve the conditions of our people, particularly our children. How many of y'all know, like, quietly, speaking of the crime bill, quietly, all around this country, Democrat and Republican, again, led administrations in different states are now passing more uncivilized, lock them up, throw away the key laws that's making the 1994 crime bill look like an appetizer. And you want to know what? They're lowering the age for these carceral systems. They're lowering the age for our children, particularly our boys, to go to jail. The handcuffs don't even fit. We we are truly living in perilous times. My observation is, unfortunately, in struggles of the past, we've always had like the good cop, bad cop type of thing. Like, there was always this strong contingent of, Black nationalists, or, like, just strong voices around the fact that no, we're drawing lines in the sand. This is what it's going to be. And this is how we about to get down. Where is that movement today? Like, who? And I'm not saying like we need like the whole messianic or charismatic leader, so to speak. I'm not endorsing that necessarily as a strategy, but historically we have had, um, at least, a strong sort of alternative to the, well, we just want equity, we want to sit down and, just talk, civilly, versus other Blacks like, look, these people done told us, here's the evidence, we ain't never gonna get shit as long as we, you know what I mean? So let's build and do for self. Where? Who is the strong right now Black nationalist voice that you trust? Who is that person in the year of our Lord 2025? That to me is what's missing right now. And it is already having a terrible, clearly just, it's just terrible. Um, we don't talk about protecting our children enough, in my opinion. Black children can't vote. They basically have, as all children, right? They can't work, until a certain age. And even then, that's, regulated, childhood development. We've come, like a long way when it comes to things like that. But it seems like we've really lost our way in terms of having that deep love for the group. You know what I mean? Like, not just me and mine, right? Because to me, that is what seems to be most prevalent today. Me and mine, and like, generational wealth, and long as I got the money, white supremacy doesn't matter. And I'm sadly here to tell you that that's actually not true either. That it's just not. So I think that, again, lead them folks along. Be consistent. Snoop, like, they don't deserve to be dragged, through the mud. and not in my opinion. Like, for what? Why didn't y'all do all that? Like, the real quote unquote coons are the ones that's kissing Biden's ass, basically, just giving him a free pass no matter all the historic, anti-blackness that literally exists in his 50 plus year, involvement in some level of politics, mostly at the federal level. This is just ridiculous, y'all. Like, we don't need more infighting. Like, why is it even an issue? Can we please focus on the things that actually matter? Because stuff is not good out here, y'all. I mean, these platforms, you can't really fully tell the truth on these platforms. As you know, you'll be shadow banned. You'll be, just all. That's the other reason why I stopped doing the show, is because I was shadow banned, and YouTube was intentionally like lowering whatever the algorithm, or people wasn't even seeing me no more. So I just, I know I'm more of just ranting now, but it was too much to post, like, as a post. But I'm just like, that's not a winning strategy. We should be prepared on our own expertise. We should be prepared day one to engage this administration. You see Latinos doing that. You see Asians doing that. You see literally every other group doing it except for us. A white supremacist is a white supremacist is a white supremacist. And if you're going to play the voting game, if you're going to play the game of politics, then you, at the very least, need to understand that. No matter what coin or R&D, like, when it comes to black people, they largely agree. And I will welcome anybody in the comments to, if you have another, or, if you don't agree with me, I would love to hear why. You know what I mean? If that's not your assessment, I would love to hear why, you know, because I think healthy debate is important. It helps us, in my opinion, to arrive at a very strong consensus. And I think that matters. Operational unity at this moment in time in history, again, this is not hyperbole. It's literally a matter of life and death and longevity of African Black people in the West. As my son will say, we cooked. That's what the young people say. If we don't step up again immediately to make the necessary adjustments that need to be made to ensure our ultimate liberation here and abroad. I will say that I am so encouraged, y'all. I am just so encouraged about what I'm seeing coming out of Africa right now with the Sahel Alliance, I believe it's called. That's Pan Africanism right there in practice. Straight up. Operational unity. What happens in Africa does impact Black people in America. It does. It impacts us everywhere. Once Africa as a continent takes control, right, of the vast resources that God gave us, the entire world depends on Africa. And it's time to put some respect on our people's names. Seriously. And I'm not going to be here long, but, you know, let's get real. Let's get serious. I think that it would behoove us to go back and even study some of the work that our ancestors engaged in, where we really have dropped the ball and should have picked up that ball and kept running. One of which that really stood out to me, and I think that it would be critically important even now, is what the Republic of New Africa, the Provisional Government of the Republic of New Africa, the strategy, the level of strategy, deep thought, planning. Um, I believe in order for us to survive, again, in the West, be very clear, African people not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, we are Yeah, anyway, I don't have to get too far into that, but these people clearly have done everything under the sun to completely exterminate us. Here we be, though, right? And we ain't going nowhere. However, black people in the West, particularly United States, if we're going to survive over here and not be the permanent underclass, because that's where it's at right now, permanent capitalism requires that. Why does it have to be us? Again, when we look at, the global apparatus, we literally are the richest and the wealthiest. When you seriously calculate the billions, even trillions, have been barbarically just stolen, right? Like, just, man, once Africa gains respect, and once our people over there, right, make the necessary adjustments, which again, like I said, I'm very heartened to see, what's happening with, Burkina Faso and, Benin. I believe there's a couple other countries contemplating joining what I believe is called the Sahel um, state. Does anybody understand what that is? I just want to make sure people are all on the same page. Have y'all heard of it, or y'all know about like the stuff that's going on the continent? I'm cautiously optimistic because we also know, our enemies have no problem assassinating and doing all kinds of other nefarious things to weaken us and continue to exploit us. And I think that it's our responsibility to stop that. We have to. But back to the RNA, it's my belief again that if Black African people are to survive, I mean that, and not be completely just the permanent underclass or completely wiped out. If we don't, like, literally yesterday, like, get real out here, that's the path that we're on. And I think at this pivotal time, it will make sense for us again to go back and, okay, somebody's commenting, kicking out France. Yeah, absolutely. Like, they doing the damn thing over there. I'm glad at least somebody know what I'm talking about. Um, but yeah, like, yeah, let's have an interactive conversation. I'm actually not going to be here very long. I just kind of wanted to come on here. It's been a minute. People text me, inbox me, even ran to somebody at the grocery store that watched my this podcast and stuff, and was like, "Man, when you coming back?" And so anyway, hopefully I'll be able to start doing more of that this year, more teaching, and always providing like a historical analysis to the issues that I come on here and opine about. So I believe that we must engage this administration, this new Trump administration. I think that we need to figure out ways, again, particularly around juvenile justice, because the crime bill is now for kids, literally. Go look up House Bill 814 in the state of Maryland. This is not my first time discussing this horrific bill. Black governor, only Black governor in the country, Black woman speaker of the Maryland House of Delegates, and the largest legislative Black caucus in the country. And we still got a bill where all the data shows us, based on what's happening currently in Maryland's DJS system, which is 80+% Black and male. That's acceptable to us as a community? Where's the fight? These are children. A 10-year-old. Maryland passed a law to, because you used to not be able to detain children 12 and under and like put handcuffs on them and things like that. You call the parent to pick the child up, and then you deal with the situation, through the system and juvenile system, all that good stuff, right? Um, our children are in trouble. And I believe this administration needs a strong Black voice at the table in terms of policy and practices around issues that disproportionately impact us. which we all know is the carceral system. Like we know that the system was designed to target us. Like we know that. But where's the fight? So he's gonna sit back for 4 years and hope and pray a Democrat get in there. And what exactly are they gonna do? Because they ain't did shit for us lately. Period. So yeah, I appreciate y'all. I have missed y'all too. Yeah, it's been a minute. I'm hoping maybe I can maybe do a podcast once a month, you know, because I am, like I said, both personally and professionally, just really got a full plate right now. But I do appreciate you all. I appreciate the fact that you value my channel. I appreciate the fact that you value the things that I talk about, right? And I appreciate y'all for that. So I'm definitely going to try to figure out ways, and even like stuff like this, just going live, periodically, to just kind of talk about like current, you know, trends or whatever's going on. Again, my focus is going to always be centering Black people and our needs, particularly Black children. What are we doing if we can't protect our children? What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Animals do that, y'all. And I hate to keep making that analogy. Like, your dog do that, bruh. Like, she have a litter of puppies and you go to look like you aggressing or doing something to hurt that baby, you about to get mauled up, my guy. Yeah, that's what's getting ready to happen to you. Have these people denatured us in the West? Where we just hand our children over to our oppressors? What? Uh-uh. Nah. Nah. Let's go back and study the Republic of New Africa and what those goals are, because it's time for us to consolidate our power if we're trying to actually survive and y'all want to stay in the West. You need to go back to that plan, find out where the weaknesses is or where the weaknesses were, and let's make it stronger based on new information. Hey, sis, thank you so much. Oh man, I really missed y'all. Thank you, sister. I'm glad to see you, sister. Sister Carlos, and I want to make sure I pronounce it right. Donicia, so pretty. That's a pretty name, sis. But yeah, it's good to see you, and I'm glad to see you here. So yeah, that's all, y'all. Yeah, we got to engage this administration, and not just around that, but on a host of other issues. Economics is huge. I mean, I know that's like huge for every group, but it's really huge for us. Like I said, if we're trying to prevent, us Black people, the people who actually built the country, the people who actually generated the vast amounts of wealth that these small percentage of basically white men for the most part, and now lots of white women actually as well, you know, sitting on just billions of dollars. To me, that's a crime. Nobody needs $1 billion to live. That's hoarding. Like that is, it's barbarism. I don't even really know how else to explain it. It's barbarism. You want to just hoard, hoard, hoard. And then we got all these issues, including homelessness. That's the other thing. Like homelessness has skyrocketed in this country. Guess who overrepresented also in that population? Just take a wild guess. Yeah, 50% of all homelessness in these United States of America are Black men. Yep, Black men. What we gonna do about that? Do we care? Where's the love? Where's the support? Where's the strategy? Y'all think we gonna survive without Black men? Well, where they do that at? That ain't God's design. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Let's get real out here. But yeah, we need to consolidate our power. We need to. I think that Black people need to move out of other parts of the country and come back home to the Southeast. If I'm not mistaken, RNA had plans for 6 states down here to completely overwhelm with our numbers, and we would then be in control of the state apparatus just by our sheer numbers and power. Like, that's the first step. Yeah, that's the first step. We got to get on the same page on that. We should all right now, within the next several years, really, we should have been doing this a couple of years ago, right? Everybody need to come back home, come back to the South. Right now, as you all know, the Southeast, as far as Black people in this country per capita, the vast majority of our people still reside in the Southeast. Yeah, and they're invisible. It's like we don't even see them. We don't see our people, you know? So many Black rural communities that raised me. I grew up in Beloit, Alabama, Dallas County, right outside of Selma. And yeah, just forgotten. So many needs. Like, there's parts of Alabama that were viral that look worse than a so-called, you know, third world countries. It's sad. And no, I just love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. I hope you share the video. Keep encouraging me. I appreciate that. And I want to keep encouraging y'all too. But it's time to descend on those 6 states: Alabama, Louisiana, South Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi. I might be missing one, but let's go back and research what our people put together. There's still people around, right? Like that we could literally sit at their feet who were part of the provisional government of the Republic of New Africa. Mama Nkechi Taifa is one of them. If you don't know who that sister is, she's in DC, but very powerful sister, been involved ever since her young years in movement, on behalf of our people. And so I love her and I appreciate her. But she's, yeah, very, very much still alive. She has a lots of wisdom that she could share with us about that time in history, and knowing who all the leaders and the important players were, which included, of course, Chokwe Lumumba. For folks who are not familiar, he was elected to mayor in Jackson, Mississippi several years ago, and unfortunately died in office. And, I got my thoughts about that, but that's what's happened, to that brother. But he was one of the uh, planners, or sort of the visionaries of this strategy. It's an amazing strategy, and it makes sense. And like I said, at this point in our sojourn in this country, if that's not what we're doing, we're not going to survive. Yeah, we're just not in the West. I want to be clear about that. This is a genocidal war agenda. It's not hyperbole. Wake up. hmm Period. And the other thing is, we're not going to be successful if we're constantly being divided within the community over bullshit like this. Snoop performing at. We got so many other problems that we need to be putting our energy towards. Like, come on, man. In the grand scheme of things, like what is that doing to help children in our community, to help improve economics in our community? Anyway, it's been a rough, and it's going to get rougher, and I'm hoping our people are preparing as much as possible. I really hope that y'all come on down to Alabama. My family and I, we bought our home in Alabama, in 2023, and this is the last stop. My husband and I have talked, and like we're not moving anywhere else, outside of the next. What we're saying is that basically the next move will be completely out of the country. That's where I'm at, to be real. And I've seen a lot of our people, folks, that are in my husband and I's, like our network, our circle. Last year, got up out of here. like out of the US, like literally moved and permanently going to be living in another country. Another black married couple that we're really close to in Dayton, they left, living in Portugal. Community of brother and his wife and family left Montgomery County, Maryland, moved to Mexico. Like people are like reading the room, and the people who have the wherewithal and the resources, they gone or planning, actively planning it on their way out. But I can't forget about really the millions of us that can't do that. We ain't even got the resources. You know what I mean? That's not an option. And so for me, it would be irresponsible uh, to not also write for those who still want to stay in the West and stay here in the US. Then we need a plan and strategy around that. And I think it would behoove us to go back again and strengthen the idea, right, and the work. Now, our people work. Imari Obadeli, go research these people. Imari Obadeli, know more folks are, know who Chokwe Lumumba was because he also represented Tupac when I believe Tupac shot an off-duty cop and did a good job. And he was done. Hey, there go my cousin. Hey, cuz. My Kale showed up. I love you. Um, yeah, that's where I'm at. It's 41 minutes. Let me get off here. So I love y'all. Keep your head up. Let's get serious. It's time to descend on Alabama, South Carolina, Georgia. Oh, Florida too. Yeah, Florida, I believe. Was Florida a part of it? I gotta go back and look. But definitely Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Georgia. I know that for, and Louisiana. Know that for a fact. And we already got the numbers down there. So yeah, we need to get on out here. Come on home, y'all. Your roots are from the South because that's where the slave economy primarily was. We know that, right? So it will make sense that the most of us are still generationally, stayed in the South. There were those that did not join the migration north, right? Like, we can't forget about our people, man. There's too many black folks in the South for us to just completely write it off. Too many of our people. The face of rural America is not just white, y'all. You know, a part of the work that my husband and I will be doing with our organization, is literally traveling all around the state, connecting with our people, finding out what are the needs, right? Like, Alabama has been under Republican leadership and control for decades now. That's not getting ready to change. So then, how then do we engage and put pressure, on these folks? Because not engaging them makes no sense. They've been there for decades. You have to, if you're going to still live in Alabama, you need to engage these people. They represent you whether you want them to or not. It is what it is. And for you to just sit back, oh, they're racist. Yeah, and so is the ones you supporting. Y'all got to get deeper than that, y'all. This shit is crazy. But like I said, I ain't gonna stay long. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Nah, Virginia wasn't in it. Sister Donicia, yeah, but yeah, go look at it. I think that's what we should do. And I'm down, not on YouTube, but I'm down, on planning, and we are doing some of that off of YouTube. Just because y'all don't see me, like I said, I've been busy. I'm out here putting in work, y'all. Y'all know that. I'm out here putting in work. So much so I had my health scare of my life back in September of 2024, almost 6 months ago. Terrible, terrible. So, near death experience. And so having that, type of experience also changes a person. And you realize, man, we all on borrowed time. Live for today. Don't put off things. Let's get real, let's get serious, and let's continue to love the group. Let's stop working as individuals. Let's get on code with operational unity. The National Black United Front developed that strategy, and recognize the need for it, right? Because we got to stop falling victim for the tried and true divide and conquer. Like, we got too much history with that. Can we stop that? Come on, man, because when you know better, we're supposed to do better. So anyway, I love y'all. Like I said, I'm not making no big promises to y'all, right? I love y'all. However, I'm gonna try my best. Y'all stay on me too, though. I welcome it. Stay on me. Um, yeah, I try my best to get on here and do something at least once a month, like an actual, like, how I used to do my shows and interviewing guests and stuff like that. Yeah. So I'm hoping to start off doing that. But keep in mind, I'm also doing like a lot of work, and on the ground, like with people outside of these, technology and stuff like that, because that's really where work needs to happen. Ain't nobody build no revolution on Facebook. Stop it. Ain't nobody build no revolution on YouTube. Stop it. Get out here and do some work. Be on YouTube yapping all day and ain't even out here in the community working. And that's what we need, and especially for Black children. We must center and protect our progeny. That's the first thing Black people should be doing. Straight up. Protecting our progeny, protecting our future. Okay? Leave Snoop and them alone, y'all. It really ain't that deep. Put that energy into getting off the couch and working in your community. Join an organization. That's the other thing. We need to be consolidating our movements and nonprofits and churches. Like, why we need a church right across the street from each other on every corner, y'all, in the hood? Why? No, no. Let's come together. Our unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb. I'd always stand on that, you know. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Good to see y'all. Thank you, Sister RM. Yay. It's been a minute. Spam the comments. There you go, sis. Look at my sis. I love y'all. Yay. Thank you so much. Yeah, miss you too. Love you too. Y'all know I love us. I love our people so, so much. And know that just because you don't see me on here, I'm out there putting in work. Straight up. Okay. All right, y'all. I will be in touch soon. Now I always gotta figure out how to get off of here. All right, let me see. So yeah, like it and share, y'all. Love y'all. Let me get out of here. How you doing?